Hey Facebook, hey guys, good night, good night. I did say I was gonna be here at 9 o'clock tonight, and I am here. It's gonna be a really short one tonight because I'm really, really, really tired, and I am wanting to go to bed quite early because I'm tired. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast. Please tag and share someone. Please invite someone to join us to come right now and let us have this very deep, interesting conversation. Um, I came back from the dark hedges, which is where one of the locations for what do you call it? I can't even think because I'm so tired. For Games of Thrones was shot, and I was there today, and I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I'm gonna do this video, and I'm literally gonna get myself ready for bed. But for those of us who are new to the group, welcome to the group. I'm Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. I'm the author of The Mango Girl. If you have not already been told that, or if you don't know that already, that is my amazing book that's becoming a feature film, and plans for that is happening really excitingly. And I'm just so excited about that because I know that that in itself is going to just change a lot of things around me. So welcome to that part of my life. If you haven't yet gotten my book, please go and get yourself a copy. It's called The Mango Girl, and it's available on Amazon. And if you follow me, then you know where to find that copy. So there are quite a few people on here. I can't see you. I don't know who you are. Perhaps you're watching me from somewhere else. Apart, I don't see my whole life. Probably you're watching me. Oops, my whole life is showing right there. Probably you're watching me from somewhere else other than this Facebook space at the group. Welcome to the broadcast. I want to talk to you today about something that's really important for me and something that a number of people have been asking me about. So in this series, I'm really trying to answer questions that people have been asking me about various things having to do with writing. And tonight I want to talk about the issue of your voice. How do you find your unique voice as a writer? Now, as a writer, it's our voice that keeps our readers engaged and keeps them coming back. It's what makes us stand out from other writers, what connects us to our readers, and how we express to our readers what we're talking about and what we're trying to convey to them. The best writing voices make everything seem so effortless and seamless, like they are sat across from you drinking coffee. So when a writer is very good at being beautiful with their voices, they make it seem like you're literally sitting next door across from them, drinking coffee, sipping hot chocolate, girly chat. Their voices are clear, concise, and friendly. And I remember when I was doing The Mango Girl, it really took me a long time to find my own voice. And I know that finding your voice is something that can be such a challenge. So whether you're writing a fictional piece or a creative piece, whether it's a blog or a copy or even something for the newspaper, you should try to sound just like yourself. You mustn't sound verbose. You mustn't sound too academic. Try to be yourself. So while these traits are fine in a corporate setting, whilst you're writing your thesis, or you're doing a dissertation, or you're doing a PhD, they're the opposite from writing for your readers. So tonight I want to talk about 7 things that you should do to be able to find your voice. And I'm going to list them. I'm going to talk about them real quickly. And I'm going to give you a little layman's term of my own and really help you into chiseling them so that you can, in your writing, find your voice. The first thing you must do with finding your voice as a writer is to make sure that you literally understand just write. You know, it's some people think, oh my God, you know, I have to think about it. Oh no, don't overthink it. Just really and truly, simply just write. Don't overthink it. Don't try to spend 5 years doing it. Just literally start writing. When you start writing, be concise. A strong voice starts with clarity and thought. Now, when I was writing my book, it took me about 8 months to literally find my voice. And the truth of the matter is, Mango Girl didn't happen overnight. It was years of writing. When I got to the point where I decided that I wanted to share it with the world, I remember my editor and I sat down, and at the time she was my book coach to some extent. And we literally did a dance, a salsa, a back, a forth, a left, a right, and in and out, because we were trying to find my unique voice. And I remember as my editorial team edited my book, they kept changing it to sound European. And I'm not a European girl. I will never sound European. I've got a strong voice. I'm a bit assertive, and I'm Jamaican. So I wanted that to come through the flavor of my book. I wanted that to be felt and heard. I wanted my voice, my unique voice, to be there. I wanted to be concise. I wanted to sound Jamaican. I didn't want to lose that tonality. So your voice needs to resonate with the audience that you're serving. So it needs to be concise, it needs to be strong, and it needs to be clear. So the second thing you need to do is to just write. The first thing is to just write. The second thing is to make sure that what you're writing is concise, it has clarity of thought, and your writers can literally follow through. I was speaking to my friend Doreen today, who's here with me from Canada, and she's writing her book, and we're talking about it, and we were talking about the thrust of her book. And I just kind of say to her that I wanted her, it doesn't matter where she went with the book, once you could be clear, once your readers could get what you're trying to say and they could follow, that is what is really, really, truly important. And so if you're thinking of writing a book and you're thinking about all of those bits about, oh my God, how do I get this done? How do I keep my voice? How do I maintain my voice? I want to say to you, once you are clear and concise, that is what's important. And that leads me to my next part of this, is to make sure that you appeal to your readers. It is so important that whilst you are writing and it's clear and it's concise, that you must be really appealing to your readers. And how do you do that? You show your writing to others. I encourage the people that I work with, my clients. This year I have 23 authors who are putting out their books, and I say to them, share your book with others, share with your friends and your family, the people who love you the most, and ask them the question. Ask them to be very objective. Ask them to really and truly help you come out of the bubble and help you tell you how it feels for them. Come out of the comfort zone when you're writing and be open for suggestions. I remember that I got so much feedback for Mango Girl when it was Bamboo and Fern. Even when I did Mango Girl, I had to go back and re-edit it because people said, ooh, Ava, you could tell that there's a disjointment somewhere here. And that was because I joined two books. I joined Bamboo and Fern with the last part of Mango Girl, and I fused them into forming one book, and it just did not flow. And people told me, and they were honest about it. And so I had to go back to the drawing board, and I had to do that. So the first one is just write. The second one is to be concise and clear, have clarity of thought. The third thing is show your writing to others. And the fourth point that I really want to share with you in order to find your voice is to read, read, read. I can't stress that enough, right? I continue to say to people all the time how important it is. If you're planning to be a writer, then you have to read other things. You have to see what else is out there. Who is writing in your genre? What are they writing about? What are they saying? And really, how are you going to be different? How are you going to become a better writer than they are? But more importantly, what can you learn from them? How can you learn from what they have written? What have they written that can actually help you along your journey, that's going to make your writing process easier, but also help you to find your unique voice? And so reading is just, it cannot be underestimated. I struggle when I hear people say, oh, I'm a writer, but I don't read. How does that work, right? You have to read. So romance is a great writing tool. Is very emotive, is very whatever. So you need to think about, if you're writing a romantic book, for example, you have to read other romantic books and novels, and to Mills and Boons or whatever it is. You have to experiment with different styles to see what writing mediums are like, right? But also find out different genre and listen to the unique voice. Test yourself. When you read a Mills and Boon, can you get the voice of that person? Do you pick up their unique voice and their style? What are they saying? And that is so critical. The other thing I want to say to people who are trying to find their unique voice is that you must also know the audience you're writing for. Who are you writing for? And when I when I have my writing sessions, when I do a book writing group, I'm starting one again soon, so if you're interested, please inbox me. When I'm doing one, the first thing I say to my clients, or if I'm working with a VIP client, the first thing I say to them is, number one, who are you writing for? Who? I ask them, who's your audience? Because if you don't know who you're writing for, then you don't even know how to even pitch it. Are you writing for a younger self? Are you writing for loved ones? Are you writing for your romantic self? Who are you writing for? Be very, very specific with your target audience as you possibly can be. Create a fake profile if you have to. Create an avatar as if you were creating a character for a story. Use this persona, to tailor your writing to this person. So write as though you're writing to somebody. Refer back to it when you get stuck. Whenever I'm writing and I think of who I'm targeting, because I write differently now, before this I didn't have a clue, I just wrote. But whenever I'm writing now, I think back on, I have a character in my head. I know who I'm writing for. It's women who are stuck somewhere. It's women in domestic violence. It's women who've been, whatever. I have an audience. Every time I write piece, anytime I write something, I have an audience. I just wrote something with my daughter, and I sent it to my publisher this morning. I said to them, I want to do it in X. And my publisher said, are you sure it's not for Y? And I said, good, I'm fine. You're the expert. You tell me what you want to do. But the reality is I have a target audience in mind. What he has done is just change the format in how I present it. He's still going after the same target audience because my audience was very clear. What wasn't clear is the format in which I deliver it. But that was clear. So every time I write a piece now, because I now know, I have a target audience in mind. And your target audience is really important because it helps you to determine who are you writing for. Now, be yourself is my next point. Now, this may sound very obvious, but being yourself isn't as easy as it sounds. Sometimes we don't even know who we are. We can spend our whole life trying to find this out and find our purpose, who we are, and that's the truth. So if we don't know who we are, how do we be ourselves when we're writing? If you don't know who you are, and a lot of authors that I see today are writing, how do I know? Because I work with them, they don't know who they are. Like, no disrespect, you guys. If you don't know who you are, how are you gonna write? So it's really simple. Just be honest. Be honest with yourself and be honest with your readers. The more honest you are, the more your readers will respect you. They love your authenticity. They gravitate towards you. They will be tempted to share your book and tell people about your work. Be honest with yourself. Be honest. Your readers are not dumb. They can tell when you're not being honest with them, and they can tell when you're hiding things. I have a client of mine who I'm working with, and I read her blurb. And because I know her story very well, I said to her, you didn't write everything, did you? And I know that her readers will feel that she held back on them. The worst thing you can do as a writer is to hold back on your reader, because they're not stupid. They are smart. They are going to figure out that you're holding back. They are not dumb. And so the worst you can do as a writer is to think that your readers are dumb. They are not dumb. So don't hold back on them. Don't let them think that you think they're stupid. They will be disrespected, and they will find somebody else to go and read from, because there are millions of authors, wannabe authors, upcoming authors out there. So be honest with your readers. Don't hold back on them. Don't lie to them. Don't keep them in the dark like they're dumb. Don't make them feel stupid because they're not stupid. Be honest and open with them, and truthfully, just be yourself. The more authentic you are, the more your readers will be honest and really would love your work. And I say to people, just to add some few bits to it, paint pictures, very clear pictures. I remember when I went to Jamaica in 2017, and I took David Ball and some of the other guys on the set. Hallelujah, I received that on the set of The Mango Girl. When I took them to my house for The Mango Girl, where I grew up, and I took them there. And I remember somebody on Facebook who probably thought I was lying, because sometimes readers can be horrible like that. And I remember somebody who commented on Facebook, and they said, oh my God, I the little one-room shack that you shared looks just like I imagined it when I read your book. Because in my book, I'm just very clear and concise, and I'm very vivid in my description. But I'm animated anyway. As a person, look at me, I'm so animated. That's just who I am. I don't know how to be any other way. And in my animated self, I've just expressed to them how I grew up. So in the Mango Girl, I can't put my hand on a copy right now. I describe my one-room shack. I describe how it was. I talked about my family. And if you read my book, you would have felt like you know my person and the people in my book, because the way I described them were so vivid. And I just think at some points I was writing from a child's mind's eyes, rather, because I was writing as a child. And then when I became an adult, I kind of changed. But last week I shared on Facebook with my private group that I'm coaching at the moment. I have about 23 women I'm working with, and they bring out their books this year. And I remember sharing on Facebook privately in our group session my rape scene. And a lot of them were crying, and they were really hurt, and they were really upset. And the truth of the matter is, if you read Bamboo and Fern and you did not infer that I had been sexually assaulted, you wouldn't know. I wasn't vivid. I held back because I didn't understand a lot of things. And as the movie developed and we were writing the script for the movie, then I had to become more descriptive, because people don't want to go to theater to have to infer everything. There are some things that dramatically and cinematography wise, I can't say the word cinematically, they need to see that on screen. So I remember sitting down with my editor at the time. She's in America, she's in Washington. And I didn't know, her own story, that she had been abused as well. And so as we sat there going through it, she said, Ava, I want to hear your voice in this piece. And can I just be honest with you? I remember crying, I bawled. And every time I go over that part of my book, I really cry, because it's painful to remember being held up, being, at gunpoint. It's just hard. But I had to become so descriptive. And even today, thinking about it makes me uncomfortable. It makes my body uncomfortable. But I had to be honest to my readers, because my readers now knew that this happened, and I was holding back on them. And the last thing you can do as an author is to hold back on your readers, because it feels like you've shortchanged them. It feels like you've not been genuine. It feels like, ooh, they have to figure it out. And sometimes readers do not want to figure it out. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. So I want to say to you that you just need to be honest, be authentic, paint the picture for your readers, right? Being concise is often confused with using words as possible, and many words and few words sometimes. So being concise sometimes means some people think, oh my God, it's so few words. It isn't all the time. Sometimes you need to be descriptive. Sometimes you need to expound. Sometimes you need 25 words to say something, not 4. So understand that. And the last thing I want to say to you is to add a rhythm to your writing. When you're writing, add some rhythm. Let your reader feel like you're having a dance with them. You're doing the salsa, the cha, the whatever, the merengue. Let them feel a part of it, right? So those are some of my tips that I want to share with you in order to find you. My water bottle is showing here, right? Because I need to drink some water. It's a reminder to myself. So those are some of the tips that I want to share with you today in order to find your unique voice. And if any of those are useful, fantastic, please do let me know. I've also prepared a 30-day writing your book course that has been on Teachable at the moment. The link is in this video, or it's down below if you're on YouTube. Please, by all means, go ahead, click it, check it out. To give me feedback. It's my first course as well, in terms of my first course on Teachable. I work with one-on-one clients. I work with VIP clients. I work in groups. I'm looking to start my next writing program in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested, please let me know. There are 23 women I'm working with this year right now as we speak, trying to get their books out. And I'm so excited because they range from vice presidents to coaches to nurses, teachers. It's a whole range, project managers, a whole range of women. I'm so excited to be on this journey with them, and I'm so excited to do that. So I'm Ava Eagle Brown. I'm a life, book, and business strategist. I really help you create the life and love and abundance that you need. I help you get out of the rut, get out of your mind, create and achieve and reach out and be the best version of yourself. I also help you to start, scale, and grow your business. And I show you how to write a story and use it to become your business card and your hook. So if you ever want to have a chat, by all means, drop me an email, inbox me, PM me, Google me, and let's have a conversation. I'm so approachable. But most importantly is understand that writing a book just for writing a book's sake is not good enough. You need to write a book because you have a story to tell or you have some information to share. If it's just a hobby, then it's okay. But if you're writing a hobby, think about it. Is it the right time to write a book just for a hobby? I don't know. It's up to you to decide. The last thing I want to say to you is that the Single Mother Anthology is coming out soon. I'm so excited. We just shared the cover in my private group. So if you're in my groups, you'll see them. The book writing group, click on that and join us. And the second part is coming up very soon. So Queen Bee, if you want to be in the second book, please let me know. I'm also thinking of doing another version of Pain to Purpose, which is talking about how your pain has brought you into purpose. So if you're interested in any of those, please inbox me because applications have started coming in for both. Once again, it's Dr. Ava Eagle Brown, looking very pretty today. Can I just say it myself? I'm just so vain right there. But you know, if I don't think I'm pretty, who's gonna think that, right? So with my pretty self today, you know, like just doing that, having found my own voice. I hope you can find your voice as well, and have a good day. Bye-bye.